Okay, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this afternoon's webinar. If you don't know me, my name is Monique Carriol. I'm a co-founder of Bravery in the Boardroom. I'm also an ex-NHS director, and I'll be your host for this afternoon. We had a question already in the chat, and I think you started to touch on it with what you said there, Minesh, about who's in the boardroom, and the question about, are we seeing difference in decision making in the boardroom around inclusion and equality if we're seeing, more Black and brown and ethnically diverse colleagues in the boardroom? And I think it's such a good question because you hit the nail on the head with what you said there. We all say representation matters, and it does, but it's not just about representation. It's absolutely what you said about having an understanding about what's needed to move and shift the dial, and also understanding as well, in this region, you are very likely to be the only one, the only person of colour, the only person from an ethnically diverse background on a board.
I think the first and foremost thing people need to appreciate is leadership is a state of mind. Leadership is not about a role, Whether I'm on the ward, whether I'm walking in a corridor, whether I'm in Sainsbury's, whether I'm in a bus, I'm in a plane, leadership is about mindset. It's how you engage with your environment and how you tackle situations and things like that. So as a leader with a particular color of skin, sitting on a board, it's about my mindset.
So it's that balance, I think, of navigating through life, being slightly under the radar because it served me really well, to suddenly then having to get myself out there and be very visible. And be visible in spaces where often I was invisible. I was often in meetings and probably no one thought to invite me into the conversation. So it's a really tricky one. I probably said a lot in there, but trust yourself and be kind to yourself, but be curious about yourself and understand yourself. Get some help, and get yourself out there, build those networks.
And how I got here was through allies. So it's really important that you build your allies and you build your networks to support you to get where you are. It's what the gentleman said about mentoring, coaching. We need that. It's about Kheelna saying, be brave, be yourself. For every 5 people that knock you down, you're going to have that one ally that supports you, because that's how I got this job. Somebody that recognized that talent in me, someone that said, I think you'd be really good at this job, Ranjit. Come and speak to me if you want any support, any background information. And you know what? Here I am today telling you my story.
I was sort of a bit angry that they didn't know. And what it said to me was, the reason why I never talked about it was I didn't want to be the person banging on about race. I didn't want to be the person, I said, black card didn't stop for me today. I come with another story. And this is a message that I think is important. When someone says someone's been racist to me, don't ask them, are you sure? Because if someone comes back from a supermarket and says the supermarket assistant was rude to me, you don't ask them, are you sure she was rude?